In today's analysis, we are diving straight into a truly fascinating topic. We will take a closer look at the scientific mechanisms behind glutathione patches. We will focus on specific studies showing how this technology deals with something absolutely crucial for our health: advanced detoxification and the removal of toxic heavy metals from the body. But before we get into the technological innovations themselves, we need to understand what we are actually fighting against. Nowadays, oxidative stress and ubiquitous heavy metals are an everyday reality for our bodies, and this is where it enters the stage. Glutathione is our most important built-in line of defense. This tripeptide, often called the master antioxidant, is produced by us naturally. Its goal is to neutralize free radicals and, what is most important from our perspective today, to capture and remove heavy metals, such as toxic mercury. Part 1. The body's master antioxidant. Let's consider why maintaining this powerful defender at an appropriate level is such a problem in the first place. Because you see, with traditional glutathione supplementation, the matter is quite complicated. With ordinary pills, stomach acid almost immediately destroys oral L-glutathione, so this method is of little use. Option number 2 is taking the amino acids that are its building blocks. The problem is that blood results later turn out to be extremely unpredictable. We are left, of course, with daily injections, but let's be completely honest. Who would want to prick themselves every day? It is expensive, painful, and simply a nuisance in the long run. Part 2. Phototherapy technology. And this is exactly where an innovative solution appears that completely bypasses our digestive system: non-transdermal photobiomodulation patches. Okay, how does this actually work in practice? Imagine that such a patch is an extremely precise mirror and a router in one. You apply it, and it begins to absorb your body heat. The microscopic crystals contained within it generate infrared signals and reflect very specific, precise frequencies of light back into the skin. This light hits acupuncture points and literally sends a signal to the cells. Hey, let's speed up the metabolism. Let's get to work. Part 3. How the glutathione patch works. Let's move on to the evidence and see how these light signals perform in clinical trials. When it comes to practical application, the study protocol is very precise. To properly stimulate our internal pathways, the patch is placed on a specific acupuncture point called CV6. Simply put, this is about 5 centimeters, or roughly 2 fingers width, below the navel. It is an absolutely ideal command center for launching systemic detoxification. This is an absolutely fundamental issue. These patches are a completely non-transdermal technology. What does this mean in practice? That absolutely nothing penetrates through your skin. No drugs, no chemicals, no substances. The patch acts exclusively as an antenna. It transmits information to the body through light wave stimulation. It sounds like science fiction, but it is pure biophysics. And the measurable effects of this action make a huge impression. Blood tests clearly show that in just the first 24 hours after application, the average glutathione level increases 3 to 4 times. Pause for reflection. 3 to 4 times more of your master antioxidant. This is a powerful, almost avalanche-like leap in the defensive capabilities of the entire body. This sudden injection of antioxidants is almost immediately felt by the internal organs. Specialized physiological scans showed a massive improvement in the function of the pancreas, liver, gallbladder, intestines, and adrenal glands. Just think about it. The liver and gallbladder are, after all, our treatment plants. When they receive such natural support, the body is perfectly prepared for a major cleanup and the flushing out of harmful metals. Part 4. Detoxification. This is a slightly different story because it uses different wavelengths of light. The goal: to raise the level of a molecule known as GHK-Cu, or copper tripeptide 1. In the scientific world, it is referred to as a rapid response peptide. It normally activates in emergency situations, for example after injuries, in order to extinguish inflammation and stimulate deep tissue repair. But what is an absolute phenomenon here is the metabolic data. It was noticed that after using X39, the blood levels of 2 amino acids drop: glycine and glutamate. At first glance, a drop sounds bad, right? But in this case, it is fantastic news. These 2 amino acids are the building blocks of glutathione. If they are decreasing, it means that the body has started producing its own glutathione from them at lightning speed. Our internal factory has simply gone into high gear. Part 5. Removing heavy metals. Let's put this all together and move on to the final clinical result. We basically have perfect synergy here. On the one hand, there is the glutathione patch. It is a precise, powerful strike aimed at the rapid multiplication of antioxidants. On the other hand, the X39 patch is at work. This in turn provides systemic support, soothing inflammation, and constantly, indirectly stimulating the body to produce further batches of glutathione. These are separate mechanisms that, when combined, create an amazing duo. And to not rely solely on theory, listen to this conclusion from a clinical study. In some subjects, spikes in urinary mercury levels were noted, indicating that the consequence of elevated glutathione levels is intensified detoxification. That speaks for itself, doesn't it? We have tangible medical confirmation from urinalysis that this structured phototherapy physically and effectively expels dangerous mercury out of the body. This is really happening. Concluding our analysis today, I would like to leave you with one very important question to consider. Given what today's toxins and oxidative stress can do to us, think about this. What a gigantic role could such a light-based, drug-free therapy play in our future? Since all it takes is directing the right signal to the cells for them to start healing and detoxifying themselves, perhaps we are looking at a brilliant new chapter in maintaining our health. Think it over carefully, and talk to you in the next material.